Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be looking at the Hellfire Caves. We are in West Wycombe, Buckinghamshire, England. We're going to check out the caves and we're going to check out a mausoleum. So yeah, follow on this little mini adventure. Well, the first thing I'd say is this mausoleum looks massive. And it looks like it's got tremendous views as well. Let's check it out. So this was made out of local flint and chalk, which was actually sourced from the nearby Hellfire Caves, which we're going to have a look at later in the video. And here it is. So this is the Dashwood Mausoleum. So it was built in 1765, and it has an open-air hexagonal structure, and it is the largest open-air mausoleum in the UK. It's pretty impressive. It was commissioned by Sir Francis Dashwood, a wealthy politician and founder of the notorious Hellfire Club. It really is an impressive monument for the Dashwood family, and it contains obviously the family members and some close associates. Really impressive and beautiful. One of the most famous legends, if you like, of the mausoleum involves Paul Whitehead, who was a poet and steward of the Hellfire Club. On his death in 1774, he left his heart to Dashwood, and it was placed inside a marble urn within the mausoleum. Over the years, this became a bizarre tourist attraction, and allegedly, in the 19th century, an Australian soldier stole it, stole the heart. But the empty urn rests inside the caves, and legend has it that Whitehead's ghost roams the tunnels. So we'll have to check that out later when we visit it. So there you go. That's the Dashwood Mausoleum. A really interesting place to visit, and a really nice walk as well. Okay, I think it's time to visit the Hellfire Caves, which is just a short walk down the hill. So let's go and check that out. So this is the Hellfire Caves, or West Wycombe Caves as they're known. And these are an atmospheric, man-made chalk and flint cavern, extending over 1/4 of a mile underground. So these caves were excavated between 1748 and 1752, and it began as a social initiative, paid local farmers to dig out these caves a shilling a day, and this was mainly due to the fact that the harvests had failed, so they were helping out the local farmers. But these caves are absolutely enormous, and just coming up to a sign here now that shows the layout of them.
And the cannons on the figures on the lake. For years afterwards, Whitehead's ghost was seen flitting about the place.
So what was the infamous Hellfire Club? So basically they were a secret society of wealthy aristocrats and politicians who gathered in the cave, as it was secluded, to indulge in things like mock religion, heavy drinking and high stakes gambling. Basically anything where they wanted to keep it away from the public eye. So this is the banqueting cave. Oh my word. So this cavern sits roughly 1/4 of a mile deep under the West Wycombe hillside, and it was probably the central arena for the club's large gatherings and drinking and feasts and lavish banquets and things like that. But it's surrounded by these beautiful statues. So now we're approaching what's known as the River Styx, and this is a shallow stream located deep within the Hellfire Caves of West Wycombe. And as you can see here, This was related to Greek mythology, and it was a dark waterway that separates the upper cavern chambers from the most secretive room in the entire complex, the inner chamber. So this was known as the Inner Temple and was the most sacred and exclusive place in the Hellfire Caves. It was a quarter of a mile deep and beneath St. Lawrence's Church. While hundreds of guests might be further up the caves, access to the Inner Temple was strictly controlled. So only core members of the Hellfire Club were allowed in here, and this chamber represented the underworld, hell if you like, and yeah, it's full of creepy skulls on the walls. So this video has just brushed the surface, and I really recommend that you come and visit the caves to get the full experience. It was a really great day out. Okay, I'm going to end the video there. That was the Hellfire Caves in West Wycombe. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I hope to see you on the next one.